Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to Valhelsia 5. In today's episode, we'll be going over some mechanism beginnings and a sort of speed run on how to get some passive power running. This will come with a little bit of a caveat in that we're going to actually be getting good power generation instead of the cheapest power generation. For probably the best early game stuff there, I'm going to reference back to another smaller creator. His name's Jangro. He did a couple of really good episodes, which I'll link in the description below if you wanted to go check out how he got started into Mekanism off the start, getting a little bit more out of his ores and all of that stuff. But for now, we just want to get the basic infrastructure up and running so that we can get further into Mekanism with some amount of efficiency, let's say. So when we're getting into Mekanism, there's only a couple of things that we can make right off the start to get into the mod proper. We'll just actually go over the base progress. Not much really going on. I set up a little bit of R stuff over there to get some extra things. I got a fortune glyph made, and I've got this leap glyph made, which actually really helps with moving around the world. And then in my inventory, I also made a couple of baubles as well. The ring of greater discount, so that cost me all of my ender pearls because I had 2 ender pearls. And this belt of levitation. The ring of greater discount basically just discounts the cost of my spells, and the belt helps me with the leap spell because I couldn't find any nether wart to make the slow falling glyph to combine with the leap spell, and I'll probably show it off here a little bit later in the episode. But for now, I'm kind of tossed on my building. I got these different pillars now, whereas before I had the blossom, which is kind of nice. But everything being wood and all that together, I kind of wanted to try out something different. So blue skies or create adds these viridium, which I had found on one of my mining adventures. And also I chiseled up some nether bricks as well. I'm kind of leaning towards the nether bricks, but if you've got any opinions, I'd love to hear them down in the comments. Anyways, on to Mekanism. So I'm just going to grab the stuff that we're going to need to start out of here. And so we want to get to the wind generator. This is the best early game passive power generation that you can get. But to make the wind generator, we need infused alloys, we need basic control circuits, and we need to make energy tablets. Energy tablets have a recipe unto themselves, which just includes a little bit more infused alloys. We'll take a look at these infused alloys first. They need to be made in a metallurgic infuser. And basically, we'll put some redstone into this slot over here of the infuser, and it infuses the iron ingot to make the infused alloy. Similarly, with the basic control circuit, we'll throw osmium in there with some redstone, and that'll get us the basic control circuit. So that's where we're going to aim for today. And it's going to be pretty easy. This metallurgic infuser doesn't require any of that special stuff. Just needs a little bit of osmium, some redstone, a couple of furnaces. But we do need to get it power for it to do its thing. We've got a few different options outside of Mekanism. So if you've gotten into immersive engineering, you could do a windmill, you could do the water mill if you know how to, or the water wheels if you know how to set those up, if you've got those going, but that requires a bunch of infrastructure unto itself. And similarly, Integrated Dynamics has a generator which is pretty cheap to get. Oh, I hate REI. You can't use backspace. Maybe I just have to unbind the key for it, but the generator in Integrated Dynamics just requires an energy battery, which is pretty cheap unto itself. You just need to get the squasher and squash some logs, get some crystallized mineral blocks and this, and you can get a energy battery, and then you can make the generator from there. I don't know what kind of power it produces though, so I'm going to steer away from that just for right now, and we'll stay within Mekanism itself. And the one that we can make, see, there's a gas burning generators, there's solar generators, biogenerators. All these require the infrastructure to be set up first, but the heat generator is the one that we can make without any special things. And it's, you know, just some copper, osmium, and some wood, and you can make the heat generator. Now there are two things that we can do with this guy. We can either use lava, surrounding the heat generator with lava, and it will create energy that way, or we can just put burnable resources in it. So you can put wood in it, you can put coal, probably be able to put some of that coal coke from immersive, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It would be something that I'll test out a little bit later. Maybe I'll mention that in the next episode, if the coal coke that we found in those immersive buildings around the world would work in there, because those are more efficient than doing coal or charcoal, of course. So first two things we'll need a heat generator, and we'll need the infuser. So I forgot that I needed copper, so we're just going to grab a couple out of here for that. Heat generator, accomplished. And infuser. Now the factories and such will need some of the upgraded materials, but the basic one, or the initial one, doesn't. So that's the one we're going to get. And I'm going to need a little bit more coal here, so I'm just going to slap this down here. I'm going to put all of my Mekanism stuff over there eventually, but for now we're just going to put it here. This is where the power will come out, through this square here. So if you're going to be surrounding this with lava, you can get lava onto this side, this side, this side, this side, and the bottom, which is 5, and you can actually get lava onto this block itself, so technically 6 sides. Jangro goes over that in his video, so I'll just reference that. I'm just going to be using coal here to get started. Metallurgic infuser. So this is where we're going to get into the breadth of this. Is the UI on the Mekanism machines are a little bit complicated. We'll just start over here because these are the easiest. Once you start getting upgrades, this is where you can open it up and see what kind of upgrades are in it. They'll be listed here, and it will tell you which kinds of upgrades that it can take. Transporter config. This is just for more advanced configuration of the machines. You can do strict input and output, and you can do the sides of the machines over here, and we'll go that into a little bit more detail over here. So the regular configuration here, you'll have different kinds of things over here. So there's energy and infuse types and items, and the 5 sides, 6 sides technically, of the machine are over here. So we've got the top, the left, the back of the machine, the bottom of the machine, the right of the machine, and the face of the machine, or the front. And if you're not sure which size is which, sometimes it does take some messing around with it to get going. But if we can see on here, energy already has input coming in from all sides, so we don't have to worry about which side the energy goes into it. Now we want to get to that wind generator, so we'll take a look at this guy again here. So we're going to need 1 infused alloy, 1 basic control circuit, and then each of these energy tablets requires 2 more infused alloys. So we are going to need 5 infused alloys in total to get there. So that means we're going to need 6. Well, we forgot to show you here. We can see over here it takes 10 millibuckets of redstone with an iron ingot to get the infused alloy, And it's the same thing for the control circuit. It takes 20 for the control circuit, sorry. So we're going to need 70 millibuckets total to get to the wind generator. So if we put one redstone in there, it'll give us 10. So we're just going to need to do that till we got 70 in there. We'll need one. We'll do the osmium one first. See how there's no power in there. It's telling us that there's a problem. There we go. Issues are over here. Not enough energy. So we'll just have to go to here. Actually, that's taken a lot more coal than I thought. Ah, it turns it into lava and puts it in there. Interesting. I've never used the heat generator before, if you haven't been able to tell. I've always used like a power type of machine to get these done first of all. So. And that's going to suck up all of my coal immediately, so probably do want to go get some lava and do that, and I don't have any on me handy here, so let me go and grab that so we can get that done. Sorry about that. Alright, I got my bucket of lava, and I'll just show off my leap spell here. It's just got a self, leap, and a couple of amplifies on it there. I could probably even take off one more of these amplifies. It'll might make it a little bit more mana efficient. And just to note, with the belt of levitation, if I'm holding crouch and I hit jump, I get to float up in the air. And this gets me about 5 blocks high, I think, 4 or 5. Looks like 4. But I can kind of fly around, but with this leap spell, it then can propel me forward. So basically I've got some flight as long as I'm holding shift. Alright, so we've got these now. We'll go back here. And break all these out. Oh, it's not even a stray. Take that skeleton, try and strafe me. I'll outstrafe you every day of the week, my friend. Yeah, I don't want the lava flowing over top of this side, so I'm just going to do that. So if we put this lava down here, we'll have the top, the 3 other sides, and the bottom covered that way, so that should automatically be generating some power for us now passively. It's not a heck of a lot, but it's better than feeding it all that coal that I was feeding it before. So this is going to take a little while because it's so slow, which is why we want to get to that wind generator right away, other than maybe making a whole boatload of these heat generators, but I don't want to do that either. So anyways, we'll be back in whatever amount of 4 or 5 minutes that it's going to take to make these. Alright, seems to be finished making my infused alloys, so we're just going to shut down that now. And gathered up a little bit of energy in there, but not a whole heck of a lot. But we have what we need now to make the wind generator. Oh, forgot about the energy tablets. So we're going to need 2 of these guys. So these, they don't stack at all, but these are sort of like batteries. You can actually put energy into them to transfer around to other machines. So say there was, will it take energy out? No, it won't. But I could put something in this slot if I wanted to charge it. Maybe we'll talk about that here in a second or two. But if I put one of these in here and the heat, say the lava was still around it, I could get energy into there and move it manually without cabling. because the cabling is a little bit tricky unto itself, which we're going to go over here right away anyways. So yeah, let's make this wind generator. I'll just put this down to show you. When you put it down, it'll face you with the way that it generates the power. And you can get, 3 or 4 of these around a machine if you want. We just do this. And instantly that's full of energy now. Remember how long this was taking with that lava on it? So this, I'm just going to throw that into some lava, speaking of which, at some point anyways. To make the next couple of things that we're going to be looking to make, we'll be moving our power around. And that's done through the, I know where they are here, universal cables. But the universal cables require steel. If you've got immersive engineering already up and running, you've definitely got steel for sure at this point. But to make steel through Mekanism, we actually have to make the steel dust, which is made in the infuser with enriched iron. How do we get coal instead of redstone in there? The enriched iron is basically the same thing, just taking an iron and putting a coal variant in there, and it takes 10 each. So we're going to need 8 of these and 4 pieces of iron in there. So we'll enrich the iron the first time around and then put it back into the infuser, and then we'll get steel that way. The reason why I'm doing 4 right now, because it said we only needed 2, is because I'm going to want an energy cube so that we can store some of this energy, because these machines, they don't hold very much energy at all, and you'll burn through it really quick if you're not generating it all of the time. So having the storage there, that's going to be basically the next step you want to go. So energy cube into the basic universal cables so that you can move the energy around, and then you can start building all the other machines. You're going to want 3 to start, and a little bit later on you're going to want a 4th metallurgic infuser, because there are different enriched or different items over here that you're going to want to have in the machines all the time. And the very last thing that we'll go over here, so because it's pretty resource hungry, putting 1 piece of coal in there gets you 10 millibuckets. If we get the enriching machine, this will help you get a little bit more efficient, the enrichment chamber, making these enriched variations. Actually, there's even 5. There's tin, which I didn't realize, but basic 1, 2, 3, 4, and then enriched gold. I'm not sure which guy this is used for. Making netherite dust. If you don't want to do it the basic way, I guess that's what that's one. And then what is this guy used for? Making bronze. Okay, so you can do some different things there. I haven't seen these before. Maybe I just always did it other ways, but now that we've got their steel dust there, we can just cook this up and we can make our enrichment chamber. Enrichment chamber just takes a couple of basic control circuits and the steel casing. Steel casing requires some steel, glass, any kind of glass there, and a piece of osmium. And that'll get us the enrichment chamber. And the enrichment chamber basically can take 1 piece of coal, turn it into an enriched carbon, and when you put the enriched carbon in here, it will give you 8 millibuckets instead of 1. So we can get times 8 on our for every piece once we have the enrichment chamber. So that's how we get the efficiency for these metallurgic infusers. So that's everything we wanted to get in there. The rest of it's pretty straightforward in JEI. You should be able to find it just by following your nose and through all of the different crafting recipes and whatnot that are in there. And yeah, I appreciate you for checking out this video, and we will see you in the next one.